know of another variation, you can go ahead and use that one, or just take a break if you need to. So I just want to encourage you to honor your body today. So let's let the palms face up. As we extend through our spine, let's begin to press the shoulders back and down. Just taking a moment to become completely present to our practice. Maybe setting an intention for your class today, or even taking a moment to think of what you're grateful for. That could be a person, it could be your home, something that you can think of that can bring gratitude to your heart and mind as you start our practice. Let's take a moment to notice the environment around us. Maybe the brightness of the light, or maybe you're in a dim lit room. So just noticing that light that's touching the eyelids. And noticing the temperature of the air in your room, or maybe the movement of the air if you have a fan on. Be noticing the wind or the air brushing against your skin. Then bringing focus further within, let's notice the depth of our breath. Not forcing the air right now, just being an observer. And then let's begin to deepen the breath, pulling the air deeper into the lungs, feeling the ribs expand, maybe the chest lift. As we exhale through the nose, noticing what's lowering or contracting. And inhaling again, noticing the space that's created with these inhales. Then exhaling to slowly release, maybe noticing some relaxation coming to the chest and shoulders. Inhaling, maybe making this round a little bit bigger this time. And exhaling to let all the air go. Reminding yourself you're not in a rush here. We'll take 2 more of these deepening breaths. Noticing any sensations that may come up in the body, the emotional body, or even the mind. Let's move into retention breath. And taking another inhale. And at the top of the breath, we'll hold for 3 seconds. And then slowly exhale through the nose. We'll take an inhale again, slowly filling the lungs. And at the top, we'll hold for 3 seconds. And slowly release. Let's take 5 more rounds of our retention breath. Again, no rush here. Really enjoying the effects of our pranayama this morning. You're finished up with your 5 rounds. Just let the breath be relaxed again. Notice any effects from our retention breath. This breath helps to slow the heartbeat. It can lower blood pressure, rid the body of excess anxiety or discomfort. It's a really powerful breath. So feel free to use it throughout your week when you're feeling stressed out, overwhelmed, or anxious. Opening the eyes. Let's inhale to sweep the arms out and up. We'll interlace the fingers at the top, and as we exhale, let's press the palms toward the sky and slowly bring the arms forward. Let's inhale to lift again. Making sure abdominals are engaged and your option to gaze up. We'll exhale to bring the arms forward, rounding the back, releasing all the air. And inhale to lift. Exhale, arms forward, rounding the back. Inhale to lift. We'll hold here for 3 big breaths, relaxing shoulders down away from the ears, maybe even trying to roll shoulder blades down the back, but keeping abdominals engaged and breathing deeply into the side body. On our next exhale, let's release the left hand to the mat, reaching the right fingertips overhead. We'll inhale to lift center. Exhale to the right, left fingertips reaching overhead. Inhale to center. Exhale left. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhaling left, we'll hold here. Your option to keep the fingertips reaching overhead or lower the hand toward the right shoulder, the top shoulder. Then you can gaze up, forward, or down toward the mat. Making sure your left hand is pressing into the mat, extending the left side of the body. And as you deepen the breath, see what's opening or expanding. Should be along that right side. Maybe you feel openness between the ribs or even into your right hip. We'll inhale to lift. The exhale to the right, left fingertips reaching overhead. Your option is stay here or take the hand toward the left shoulder blade. And then finding your gazing point or drishti up, forward, or down. And the bottom hand's pressing into the mat, extending the right side of the body. As we breathe deeply, let's notice what's opening or expanding on this side. We'll inhale to slowly lift. And exhale to twist left, lowering arms halfway down. Inhale to lift, untwisting. Exhale to twist right, lowering arms halfway. Inhale to lift. Exhale left. Inhale to lift. Exhale to the right. Inhale, lift. Exhaling left, we'll hold here. Your option to keep arms out to a T. Our focus is core and balance today, so we will be adding in a few extra core variations to our poses. But if you'd like to lower hands, feel free to do so. Maybe taking the right hand to the outside of the left knee or walking the back hand close to you to lengthen the spine a bit more. Wherever you are, spine stays elongated, breath is deep, and abdominals are engaged. We'll inhale to lift, untwisting. Then exhale to twist right, lowering arms halfway. Or if you'd like, you can lower hands all the way down. And checking in to make sure spine is lengthened, abdominals engaged, and breath is steady, slowly moving in and out of the nose. We'll inhale to lift, untwisting. Exhale to lower. Let's move any props we may be using underneath us. And bringing the feet forward, we're going to straighten the legs for a reverse plank. Palms can come flat by the sides, or you can come to knuckles, thumbs facing forward, whichever works best for your wrist. As we inhale, let's lift the hips. Then exhale to lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale to lift. And exhale to lower. Bring feet to one side, hands forward to our tabletop pose, finding wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Let's extend our left leg back parallel to the mat. And then slowly reaching the right arm forward. Feel free to take a moment to adjust, making sure the left wrist is stacked underneath the shoulder. This will help as we move dynamically through this next pose. And then fingertips on our left hand are spread wide, actively pressing the finger beds into the mat. We'll take an inhale here, engaging abdominals. As we exhale, let's squeeze elbow and knee together. Maybe taking the elbow to the outside of the knee if that works for you. We'll inhale to lengthen out again. Exhale to squeeze elbow to knee. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lengthen. We'll exhale to squeeze and hold. Really rounding the back here, maybe tucking the chin toward the chest if that feels comfortable for you. On our next inhale, let's lengthen arm and leg out. And we'll exhale to lower. We'll switch sides. Right leg extends parallel to the mat. Left arm reaches forward. Again, taking a moment to adjust your right hand if you need to. Spreading fingertips wide. Taking an inhale here, engaging abdominals. Exhale to squeeze elbow to knee. Maybe taking the elbow to the outside of your knee. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to squeeze. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to squeeze and hold for 3 big breaths, rounding the back, pressing the right hand into the mat, maybe tucking the chin toward the chest. On your next inhale, let's lengthen out. Exhale to lower. Sitting hips back toward the heels. Walking hands forward, we'll move into Bhattasana, extended child's pose, your option to widen the knees or use a prop underneath your forehead. We're going to find active arms in our Bhattasana today. So lifting up to the fingertips, so you're lifting the palms off the mat. See how that feels to your shoulders. It may deepen the stretch. If it's not comfortable, feel free to lower the palms back to the mat. Maybe even relax the arms all the way. With palms flat on the mat, let's lift and tuck the toes, bringing the tailbone tall toward the sky for downward facing dog. Walk the heels a few times here. Feel free to adjust your stance if you feel that your hands are pretty far away from the feet. You can walk them back. You want to feel a good stretch through the shoulders, the hamstrings, the calves, and the heels. On our next inhale, we'll come forward to a plank pose, knees or toes. Then we'll exhale to downward facing dog again, lifting the tailbone tall. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take the right hand to the center of our hand. Just see how that feels. And then if you'd like to try lifting your left hand, you can lift just the palm so that you come to fingertips. Or if you're comfortable reaching to the outside of your right leg, You can try that out. If you've brought the hand to the leg, you can try gazing underneath the right arm. And we'll switch, bringing the left hand to the center. And right hand can stay on the mat here. Maybe you just lift the palm coming to fingertips with the left hand flat, pressing down and forward. Or you can reach the right hand to the outside of the left leg, maybe even gazing underneath your left arm. These deep breaths here. And bringing the right hand forward again, squaring up the hands. Let's slowly lift the right heel back and up. We'll hold here for 3 breaths. And sometimes bending the standing leg or knee might help. A little more comfort in your pose. We'll switch it up, lowering the right foot. Let's slowly lift the left heel. Continue with your deep breaths. The breath will help you to hold the poses today. These stronger core poses do require more focus, attention. We'll slowly lower. As we inhale, let's come forward to plank. Exhale through chaturanga. As we inhale, we'll move to shalabhasana. So release the arms back, lifting arms, chest, and legs. Holding here, let's squeeze the legs close together. See if you can pull the belly button further toward the spine. Nice deep breaths. Maybe tucking the chin slightly so you're lengthening the back of the neck. So the core consists not just of the abdominals, but the chest and shoulders, and your hips, the entire torso. Really important to balance out the exercises, just working for the front muscles and the back muscles. So we're working our back muscles here, shoulders, great for posture and preventing injuries. As we exhale, let's lower the palms flat, lifting to a tabletop pose. Let's do a few hip circles. So you may want to take the hands back slightly, and then as we exhale, we'll shift the hips toward the right, roll them all the way back toward the heels, and then inhale, hips left and center. Taking 2 more rounds to the right. Using your breath here. And we'll switch it to the left, exhaling first as we shift left and back. 2 more rounds. And tucking the toes, let's lift the tailbone to downward facing dog. We'll inhale to lift the right heel back up. As we exhale, squeeze knee toward the chest, shoulders come over the wrist, so we shift forward a little bit. Then we'll inhale to lift the right heel again for 3-legged dog. Exhale, squeeze knee toward the chest, shoulders come over the wrists. Inhale to lift. You're welcome to lower your left knee. You can do the same pose as we exhale, squeezing knee toward the chest. Inhale to lift the right heel. One more time, exhaling, knee toward the chest. Inhale to lift the right heel. As we exhale, we'll lower knee or foot, whatever you're using here, and we'll inhale forward to plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga, bending elbows close to the body. Inhale, cobra or up dog, your choice. Exhale to downward facing dog. Let's inhale the left heel back and up. As we exhale, let's squeeze the knee toward the chest, shoulders come over the wrist. Your option to lower that right knee this time. Inhale, lift the left heel. Exhale to squeeze the knee toward the chest. Inhale to lift. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale to lift. Exhale to squeeze. Inhale, lift. Exhale to lower the foot. And inhale, forward to plank. Knees or toes. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. And we'll come forward to a plank pose, moving into side plank. Your option to lower the left knee to the mat, bringing the left hand center, and then lifting the right arm. So you can try that out, see if you need the knee today. Maybe coming to knuckles on the bottom hand, thumb facing forward. If you'd like to straighten both feet, or legs, excuse me, and straighten that bottom leg out, you can stack feet on top of each other, maybe bring one foot in front of the other, or if you need an extra challenge today, lift that top leg. So again, whatever's working for you today. As we exhale, we'll lower our right hand. Shifting the hips all the way tall toward the sky, let's find our downward facing dog. You may want to bend the knees halfway toward the mat, or you can lower the knees all the way to the mat and move into Baktasana, extended child's pose. Do what's good for you. If you bent the knees or lowered them down, go ahead and straighten the legs again. Coming forward to plank pose. Let's bring our right hand to the center of the hands, lifting the left arm up this time. Moving into your side plank, your option to use your knee. So bottom knee will lower. Nice deep breaths. Remember, if your feet are stacked or your both legs are straight, you can stack one foot on top of the other or one foot in front of the other, or that last option to lift the top leg. Nice deep breaths. As we exhale, let's lower the hand. And as we square up into our plank pose, let's lift the tailbone tall to downward facing dog. Again, your option to bend the knees halfway toward the mat or lower the knees all the way, moving into your Baktasana pose. Straightening the legs if they're bent, or if you lower the knees, we'll inhale to lift the right heel back and up. And exhale to lunge pose, bringing the foot all the way forward. And adjusting here if you need to, so the knee is right over the ankle. We'll inhale to sweep the arms out and up. As we exhale, let's slowly twist right, bringing arms just halfway down. As we lengthen the spine here, let's try to press the right foot more into the mat. So we're engaging our right leg and the right hip. Your option to lower the back knee at any point. If shoulders or arms get a little bit fatigued, you can lower them or bring hands together at the heart. As we exhale, let's lower both palms flat. Inhale, right foot back to plank. Exhale through chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. We'll inhale the left heel back and up. Exhale forward to lunge pose. Again, knee right over the ankle. As we inhale, let's sweep the arms out and up. Exhale to slowly twist it left. Arms lowering halfway, maybe all the way, or hands can come together at the heart. The important thing is to keep the spine extended, abdominals engaged, and breath steady. You can even lower the back knee to the mat if that feels better. Make it your own practice today. As we exhale, let's lower both hands. Inhale, left foot back to plank, knees or toes. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Let's inhale the right heel back and up. Exhale forward to lunge pose. We inhale, let's sweep the arms out and up. And exhale to warrior three, shifting the weight all the way into our front foot, reaching arms forward first, maybe keeping the back toes on the mat. Their option is to lift the back leg halfway or all the way parallel to the mat. As always, arms can switch up, coming out to a T, reaching back by your sides, or even coming together at the heart. As we breathe here, let's focus on pressing our standing foot firmly into the mat, making a deep impression in our mat, grounding our energy. You can always bend your standing leg. See if you can extend the spine a bit more. And we'll exhale to lower back to a lunge pose. Holding here, let's move into twisted lunge. Left hand will stay down mat or block, right arm lifts. Your option to make it core focused, lifting your left hand from the mat. Another option is to lower the back knee. And then finding that drishti or gazing point, you can look on the mat toward the right side or all the way up toward the right fingertip. As we exhale, let's lower the right hand. Inhale, right foot back to plank, knees or toes. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. We'll inhale the left heel back and up. Exhale forward to lunge pose. Inhale to sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, warrior three, reaching arms forward, shifting all the weight into the front foot. Your option to keep the back toes on the mat, lift halfway, or all the way so the leg is parallel to the mat. Again, switching up the arms for what works on this left side, maybe reaching arms back by the sides, or taking hands together at your heart. Focusing on our standing foot, actively pressing the entire foot into the mat, especially the heel. So bringing more of the weight into the heel will help us stay a little bit more grounded and stable. Extending through the spine. Let's take one more big breath here. We'll exhale to lower. Right hand stays down, left arm lifts. Twisted lunge. Your option to use a prop underneath the hand or make it core focus, lifting the right hand from the mat. Remember, you always have that option to lower the back knee, and then changing up your drishti, gazing up toward the left side or down toward the mat. We'll exhale to lower. Inhale, left foot back to plank, knees or toes. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. And bending the knees halfway toward the mat. Gazing forward on our inhale, we'll jump or walk forward. Uttanasana. And grabbing elbows, let's shift left and right. Releasing elbows with knees slightly bent. We'll inhale to sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Take one deep breath, pressing thumbs against the chest, relaxing arms and shoulders. So this next standing balancing pose is going to be dynamic. So you're welcome to come to a wall with your left hand first. We'll take arms to a T, left hand to the wall for more stability. Bringing weight into the left foot. Let's inhale to lift the right knee. As we exhale, we'll take ankle to knee, sitting back into half chair. As we inhale, we'll lift again, reaching the right knee toward the sky. As we exhale, we're going to shift the right heel back, hinging to warrior three. Inhale, slowly lift again. Exhale, bring ankle to knee, sitting back into your half chair. Remember, you can use your wall here. Inhale to lift, bringing the right knee tall. Exhale, press the right foot back, hinging forward, warrior three. Inhale to lift. Exhale, ankle to knee. Nice and slow movements here. Inhale, lift again, bringing the right knee tall. Exhale, shift the right heel back, hinge it forward, warrior three. Inhale to lift. Exhale, ankle to knee. We're gonna hold here in half chair. Your option to keep arms out to a T, reach them tall, lower hands to the heart, or if you'd like to make it a chest opener, take your hands back behind you. Maybe reaching for the wrists or clasping hands and straightening the arms. If you feel yourself moving forward a bit, see if you can lift your heart, extend the spine, maybe sit back a bit into your standing heel. As we exhale, we'll release hands and foot. And then slowly sweeping arms out and up, we'll inhale. And exhale to fold it forward. You can shake the head yes and no, or grab elbows and shift left and right, whichever feels best for you. With knees slightly bent, let's inhale to sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, hands to the heart. We'll take one deep breath, relaxing shoulders and arms. And bringing the arms to a T, let's shift the weight over to the right foot. Your option to use a wall with your right hand. And then as we inhale, we'll lift our left knee. Exhale to take ankle to knee, sitting back into half chair. Inhale to lift again, bringing the left knee tall. Exhale, press the heel back, hinging forward to warrior three. Inhale, slowly lift. Exhale, ankle to knee, sitting back into your half chair. Inhale, lift, reaching the knee tall. Exhale, press the heel back, hinge forward. Inhale to lift. Exhale, ankle to knee. Last one. Inhale, lifting, reaching the knee tall. Exhale, shift the heel back, hinge forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, ankle to knee. We'll hold here. Your option to reach the arms tall, bring hands together at the heart, or take the hands back, making it a chest opener. Nice deep breath, sending the weight to the heel. Take some of that pressure off the toes. Nice deep breath. As we exhale, we'll release the hands and foot. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Your option to shake the head yes and no, or grab elbows and shift left and right. And with hands on the mat, we're going to heel toe the feet all the way together. If hands are not quite touching the mat, go ahead and grab a prop. Once feet are all the way together, we're going to bend the knees forward, releasing heels from the mat. So we get a toe stretch here. So you can keep your hands on your prop or start lifting the chest, maybe bringing the prop by your side for more stability. You can even bring the prop underneath the knees. And if you're comfortable, go ahead and bring hands to the heart, either using your prop underneath the knees or without the prop for more of a balancing challenge. So from here, we're going to try to lift up, keeping the heels lifted. So this may take a couple of times before you get this, so be patient. You can also use a wall here. As we inhale, we'll slowly lift, straightening the legs, keeping the heels tall, and reaching arms up. As we exhale, heels lower, and we'll swan dive forward. We'll try that 2 more times. So bringing knees forward, releasing heels from the mat. Feel free to use your prop again. And when you're ready, slowly lifting up, reaching arms toward the sky. As we exhale, heels will lower and we'll swan dive forward. Last one, lowering knees forward, lifting the heels. Bringing the chest tall when you're ready. Inhale to lift, reaching arms toward the sky. Exhale, lower heels, fold forward. All right, bring feet back to hip distance. You can shake the head yes and no, or grab elbows and shift left and right. Let's heel toe the feet wide, to a wide straddle here. We'll bring the feet parallel to each other. So you may need to bring the toes in a bit or set the heels out a little bit more. So the outsides of the feet should be parallel with the outsides of your mat, the edge of your mat. You can let the top half of the body hang here, maybe bringing hands to your prop or all the way to the mat. You can also grab elbows. Just let the top half of the body hang. You're also welcome to bend into your knees if the stretch is a little too deep into the hamstrings. And bringing the hands forward so that they're stacked underneath the shoulders, maybe lifting to fingertips or using props here. That feels better. We're going to try to find a flat back. Engaging abdominals. Just try to reach the top of the head away from the tailbone. Your option to press the feet further into the mat and reach the arms out to a T. Or maybe just work on lifting the hands slightly off of the props or the mat. And bringing the heels in slightly, you can lower hands if you brought them out to a T. Just bringing the toes so that they angle out to about a 45-degree angle. Let's bend the knees. As we inhale, we'll sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, elbows wide. Goddess pose. You may need to heel toe the feet a little bit closer together to feel more stable here. So just switch it up if you need to. Maybe you feel like you need to bring the feet a little bit wider. Just make those movements slow. And as we find our breath, see if we can sit the tailbone down toward the mat. And then lengthen a little taller through the spine. As we inhale, let's bring arms to a T, straightening the legs a bit and heel toeing the feet just so that they're parallel again. And then lowering hands behind us. You're welcome to reach for your strap here. We're going to straighten the arms on our next inhale and lift the heart. You're welcome to stay right here if this feels good, or you can fold it forward, releasing the head and neck, rounding the back, and lifting the arms toward the sky. And if you're using your strap, you can bring hands a little wider. That works better. Or maybe closer together. Adjusting for your body. Wherever you are, let's release the hands. If you're still tall, go ahead and fold forward. Bringing hands onto the mat or your prop, will bend the knees and slowly walk the hands over toward the right foot, pivoting forward to a lunge pose. If you're not facing the top of your mat, you can adjust. And from here, we'll inhale right foot back to plank pose. Exhale through chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. We'll take a few breaths here in our downward facing dog, pressing hands down and forward, lengthening tall through the tailbone. And pressing heels toward the mat. We're slowly going to lower one elbow at a time. Your option to bring knees to the mat before you lower your elbows. Palms can stay flat, or you can clasp the hands. Let's just make sure the elbows are stacked right underneath the shoulders. And if knees lowered, go ahead and tuck the toes. Maybe lift the knees just a couple inches off the mat, or all the way so that the legs are straight again. Take a moment to press elbows down and forward. You may feel the heart move back toward the ankles here, and that stretch deepen into your shoulders. We'll slowly come forward to a plank pose, walking the feet back. Shoulders will just come right over the elbows here. Finding plank on our elbows. Your option to lower the knees. Again, adjusting for you. And breathing deeply. Slowly lowering the body down. We'll bring palms flat if they're not already there for our Sphinx pose. So elbows stacked right underneath the shoulders. Tops of the feet flat on our mat. As we press elbows down, let's see if we can lift the heart a little bit more. Gazing forward, and tucking the chin slightly so the back of the neck stays elongated. You're welcome to straighten the arms here. If that's too much pressure on the lower vertebrae, bring elbows back to the mat. Make sure abdominals stay engaged the entire time. And slowly releasing the arms down by our sides, let's gaze over to the left. We'll take a couple of breaths here, relaxing any muscles in the low back or glutes that may be holding tight. And bringing the gaze center. As we inhale, we'll lift to Shalabhasana, our locust pose, and exhale to lower. Inhale, lift arms, chest, and legs. Exhale to lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. This time as we exhale, we'll squeeze the arms toward the body, legs together. As we inhale, let's open arms and legs. Exhale to squeeze arms toward the body, legs toward each other. Inhale to open again. Exhale to squeeze together. Inhale to open. As we exhale, let's lower with the arms and legs wide this time, gazing toward the right side, completely relaxing the body here. Letting go of the lower back muscles and glutes, maybe even the hamstrings. And bringing the gaze center, let's bend both knees, grabbing the tops of the feet for our bow pose. We'll squeeze the knees toward each other, maybe staying here or doing just one side at a time. You can also use a strap, wrapping it around the ankles or the tops of the feet. If you'd like to press the feet into the hands, make sure abdominals are engaged and you're keeping knees squeezing toward each other. And we'll exhale to slowly lower, gazing to the left side, releasing the legs, relaxing the arms, letting go of the low back and glutes. And bringing the gaze center. We'll bend both knees. If you did just one side, switch to the other. Squeezing knees close together, engaging abdominals. Your option to stay here, pulling heels toward the glutes, pressing the hip bones down toward the mat. Or you can press the feet into the hands to open up the chest and shoulders a bit more. We'll exhale to slowly lower, gazing to the right side, relaxing the legs, the arms, low back, and glutes. And bringing the gaze center again. Let's take palms flat by our chest. Lifting to tabletop, let's tuck the toes. Lift the tailbone tall to downward facing dog. We'll take a few breaths here. Again, pressing fingertips down and forward, reaching tall through the tailbone, and pressing the heels firmly toward the mat. Lowering knees to the mat. We're going to work on setting up for our head stance. Bringing elbows flat on the mat, stacked underneath the shoulders again, just like we did for dolphin. Hands will come forward, and we're going to clasp the hands, making a little bowl shape with our hands. This will be for the back of the head. So lowering the top of the head toward the mat, the back of the head will come into the hands. So that little bowl you made. And you can just stay right here, just finding this alignment. You can also tuck the toes, see how that feels. Maybe lift the knees an inch or two, or lift them all the way so the legs straighten again. Make sure elbows are pressing into the mat, taking some of the weight off of the head. So you want most of the weight in the elbows. If you'd like to move a little further, maybe walk the feet toward the elbows. If you're ready to move into full head stance, feel free to lift one leg or the other. So again, just working where you are today, not going any further than what feels comfortable for you. All of us are at a different place in our practice. I want to offer those different options for everybody, so don't feel like you need to go into full head stance. If you lift the legs, go ahead and lower the feet using the core to lower. Everybody bring knees to the mat, hips to the heels, reaching arms long or forward for Bhaktasana. So anytime you are coming out of an inversion, you want to make sure to move slowly out of it. You avoid that head rush. So you can shift the head left and right. Sometimes when we bring more weight into the neck and shoulders, it gets a little tight. So shifting head left and right will help loosen up those muscles again. And slightly lifting, we'll tuck the toes, press the tailbone tall to downward facing dog. We'll inhale, right heel back and up. And exhale forward to your lunge pose. Your pigeon pose. Knee flat on the mat this time. Untucking the back toes, let's lengthen our left leg back. And as we move into king pigeon, we're going to find a prop underneath our right hip today. So even if you don't normally use it, I want you to try it out and see how it feels. You can always move it away. We're going to use our strap, or maybe you're using a belt today, and we're going to make a loop with it. All right, we're going to make a small loop with it. So if you're using a belt, you can kind of weave it in between the loop, the belt buckle, to make a loop. If you're using just a scarf like I am, just make a knot so that you have a little loop at the end. And as we bend our back knee, we're going to wrap that loop around the foot. This is so that we can lengthen our strap. And with the left hand, We're going to reach up toward the sky, lengthening as far as we need to along the strap to lift the elbow. You may be able to walk the hand closer toward the foot on your strap. And then you can keep your right hand on the mat, just holding here with one arm, that left arm. Or you can try to balance here and bring the right hand back to grab the strap. Keep your gaze straight forward here for King Pigeon, Raja Ekapada Konasana. You're also welcome to move the prop from underneath your right hip. You're ready for that challenge. So breathing deeply here, making sure abdominals are engaged, elbows are tall, and breath is steady. To release from this, we'll slowly loosen our grip on the strap so that we release the foot down, and then go ahead and let the arms go. When you're ready, elbows will lower to the mat. And you can adjust a bit more here, maybe pulling the right foot forward, extending the left leg back, maybe adjusting the prop underneath your right hip, or even using props underneath your elbows or your forehead. And slowly lifting. Let's move any props we may be using. Taking the strap off of the foot if it's still wrapped around the foot. With palms flat on either side of our front knee, we'll tuck the back toes and lift the right heel tall. Let's rotate through the right ankle, pressing the left heel down toward the mat. Then rotate the opposite direction. Lowering the foot, let's inhale to lift the left heel back and up. Exhale to pigeon pose. Untucking the back toes, let's extend the right leg back. Again, using your prop underneath the left hip and moving it later on if you would like. So let's find our strap again, making that little loop. With the right hand, we'll reach back to wrap the strap around the right foot. And taking the right arm up, left hand can stay on the mat here, making sure the right elbow comes tall. So even if you need to loosen the grip a bit more along the strap. And then your option to start balancing a little bit more, making sure the weight stays centered in your pigeon pose. So not sitting too far in the left hip. And then left hand can reach back to grab the strap. Maybe you walk the hands closer toward the right foot. Just making sure elbows stay tall, your gaze is forward, abdominals engaged, and breath steady. As we exhale, we'll slowly release so you can let go of the strap just a bit so that the right leg slowly lowers down. And then as we bring elbows to the mat, feel free to adjust a bit more. Maybe taking the prop from underneath your hip or just adjusting it, shifting the left foot forward, right leg back, or maybe using props underneath your elbows or your forehead. Just make it comfy for you on this left side. And slowly lifting. Let's move any props we may be using. Making sure you take the strap off of the right foot. if you were using it. Right, or both palms will be flat on either side of the knee. And back toes will tuck, lifting the left heel tall toward the sky. Let's rotate through the left ankle. Right heel is pressing down. Then rotate the opposite direction. And lowering the foot. Let's bring both knees to the mat, keeping the toes tucked here. Sit the hips back toward the heels. Forehead can lower toward the mat. Or just stay lifted an inch or two. Hands are pressing down and forward so that we're really reaching the hips back toward the heels and deepening that stretch into our toes. If it's too intense of a stretch, come forward a bit. Take some of the pressure off. Still get a good stretch, but you're just adjusting for your body. Untucking the toes, let's bring the tops of the feet flat again, and then sit the hips back toward the heels. We'll take arms by our sides, moving into child's pose, Balasana. As we relax the arms and shoulders, let's breathe deeper into the back. See how much you can expand the back with your breath. On our inhale, we'll slowly lift the chest. You're welcome to use hands to help you lift. Then we're going to sit over toward the left side so that both feet are on the right side of the body. We'll bring the left foot forward so it's touching the right knee. And the back heel can kind of adjust to that right heel. So just so we're kind of in a twisted like position with our legs. We're going to lengthen tall with the spine. If you find that your back is rounding a lot here, feel free to place a prop underneath you. As we lengthen through the spine, we're going to start twisting toward the left side, so the opposite side of your legs. And we'll take the right hand to the outside of the left knee. The back hand will walk behind us. And we'll continue to twist, gazing toward the left side until you feel a good stopping point, a place that feels like a good twist or stretch for you, but nothing that feels uncomfortable or painful. If you feel discomfort, go ahead and untwist a bit until you feel that sweet spot. You can also try lowering toward the left side and see how that feels. So maybe both hands lower toward the left side, but make sure spine stays extended. If it's comfortable for you to lower elbows down, you can try that. Maybe using props underneath the elbows first, and then try lowering to the mat. Just staying where it feels good for you. If you lowered elbows or hands, we'll go ahead and lift again, and we'll all untwist. Switching sides. Go ahead and bring the legs over toward the left side. So the right foot will come to the left knee, and you can adjust that back heel as it feels comfortable to your knees. Maybe using a prop underneath you again to elongate the spine. When you're ready, we'll begin to twist over toward the right side this time. So left hand will come to the outside of the right knee. Back hand will walk further behind you to encourage the twist. And just continuing the twist toward the right side until you feel a good stretch. Your option to lower the hands down to the mat, maybe the elbows, but keeping the spine extended the entire time. Inhale to untwist. And we'll bring the soles of the feet together for a bound angle, cobbler pose. So you can grab the big toes, maybe wrap the hands around both feet, or you can use a strap here. Wherever you can keep the spine extended, Elbows relaxed, shoulders back and down. Then we'll try to press the knees toward the mat here. See how that feels for your legs and your hips. Releasing the strap or the feet if you weren't using the strap. Let's bring the feet forward so we make a wider diamond shape with the legs. We'll lengthen through the spine here, slowly folding forward, keeping a flat back first. Feel free to use a prop underneath your seat if that helps you to keep your back flat. And then once you find your edge, feel free to round the back, release the head and neck. And the arms can rest on the tops of the legs, or you can leave one at a time underneath the legs so that the palms come flat. If arms are underneath the legs, unweave one at a time. And everybody inhale to lift the chest. We'll bring knees back together, finding the center of your mat if you're not already there. Let's slowly round the back down, bringing your props close that you may want to use, such as a strap, block, or eye pillow. After bringing the back flat on the mat, let's lift the heels tall toward the sky. You can stay here and legs up the wall with palms flat by your sides. Maybe you bring hands underneath the back for more support, palms facing down. Or if you'd like to move into shoulder stance or sarvangasana, feel free to round up the back, keeping the gaze up toward the sky the entire time though. As you round up the back into shoulder stance, hands can come to the low back for support. Maybe you walk the hands down toward the shoulders so that you lengthen taller with the body. Make sure the legs stay active. If you're feeling any pain or discomfort, come out of the pose. If you're in shoulder stance, we'll bring hands to the mat and slowly round the back down, bending knees. And if your hands are underneath your low back and your legs up the wall pose, release the hands from the low back. And everybody squeeze knees into the chest. Let's shift the knees left and right, giving our side back, our sacrum a little massage. If you're making just small little movements here, left and right, try to make them a little bigger so that all the weight comes to the arm when you move the knees over to the side and then switching over to the other arm. This will ensure that you get a deep massage into the side back. Bringing it center. Let's lower the feet on the mat, finding our strap, or you're welcome to just grab the big toe here. On the right side, we'll wrap the strap around the heel or the arch of the foot, sending the heel tall toward the sky. Again, your option to just grab the big toe if that's available. And when you're ready, we'll take the leg over to the right side, keeping the leg straight here, maybe releasing the hand down the strap in order to keep the leg straight. The left knee can stay bent with the foot flat on your mat, or you can straighten the leg. Just make sure your left hip stays down. So if you feel the hip start lifting, you may need to lift the right leg again or bring the left foot flat. Just adjusting for your body. You can also use a prop underneath the right leg for more support. And slowly lifting center. Let's release the strap, lowering the foot to the mat. And we'll wrap the strap around the arch of the left foot, sending the heel tall toward the sky, or grabbing your big toe if that works. We'll slowly lower the leg to the outside of the body, holding the strap with the left hand. And again, your option to release the grip on your strap a bit, maybe slide a prop underneath your left leg. You can straighten the right leg or keep the foot flat on your mat. Nice deep breaths here. And slowly lifting the leg toward the sky. Let's release the strap or the big toe, lowering the foot to the mat. And we'll straighten both legs, finding our Shavasana, making any adjustments to get comfortable here. Or maybe you'd like to do an extra stretch before moving into your Shavasana. If you're using an eye pillow, you can place it on the eyes. And taking a moment to scan the body, letting go of any muscles that are holding on and preventing you from deeply relaxing here. You can use your exhales to soften the muscles or just talk to them, letting them know that they're in a place that they can let go. You might imagine yourself in a hammock, completely supported here by your mat. You can imagine yourself at the beach, hearing the sounds of the waves. Let's begin to deepen the breath. Slowly wiggle the fingertips and toes. Make small rotations with the wrists and ankles. On the next inhale, we'll reach the arms above the head, pointing through the toes. We'll exhale to relax the body. Inhale to reach fingertips to toes. Exhale to relax. Bringing the feet flat on your mat. If you're using an eye pillow, you can take it off the face. And we'll slowly roll over to the left side of the body. Stacking the knees and just taking a couple of breaths here. When you're ready, slowly push yourself up to find a cross-legged position. Moving into a comfortable cross-legged position for our 3-minute silent meditation as requested. Feel free to prop up the knees with pillows or blocks, if that helps. You can even use a wall. You can sit the back against the wall so that you stay up nice and tall. With the palms up, let's rotate shoulders back and down. And you can keep the eyes completely closed here, just halfway, so that you're gazing about a foot in front of your legs. Letting the breath be soft, the jaw relaxed. Just clearing the mind. Enjoying the silence. We'll slowly begin to deepen the breath. Lift the edges of the mouth. You set an intention for your practice, you can bring it back to mind. You thank and honor yourself for making time out of your day to practice yoga, to nourish your body, mind, and spirit. And opening the eyes. Let's inhale to sweep the arms out and up, palms touch at the top. Exhale to lower fingertips to the mat, chin to the chest. Inhale to lift. Exhale straight to your heart. Namaste. Thanks, everybody. Hope you enjoyed our practice this morning. Love to hear from you if you'd like to unmute yourself